Experience the future of institutional assessment. We are redefining educational excellence through technical pride and digital integrity. Educational leaders often face friction with legacy systems. Our platform solves this through high-speed onboarding and an intuitive administrative suite. Imagine deploying a school-wide exam in minutes rather than days. This efficiency allows your staff to focus on student outcomes instead of technical troubleshooting. Static exams fail to capture a student's true potential accurately. We utilize sophisticated ITR algorithms for adaptive testing that pivots based on real-time performance. If a student answers correctly, the next challenge intensifies. This creates a precise map of competency that traditional one-size-fits-all tests simply cannot match. Hello. Today we will be showing you our platform. This is the organization view where we onboard our users. You can see 6 users are onboarded to this organization. An organization can be a class, a section, or a specific course. It can be anything that fits your needs. From here we can invite students, create exams, and much more. We have multiple exam modes within our platform. The first and most common one is the custom exam, where you can define and build the exam yourself. It has many features. It is a single exam that gets assigned to a student for them to complete. Then we have adaptive testing. Here we create a sequence of tests. By sequence, we mean a series of, say, 5, 7, or 3 tests that a student will take based on their previous exam responses. If they score well, they will get a harder exam as their next assignment within a set date or time. Or it can be easier depending on the responses they have given. The last mode we have is the adaptive question exam. This is different from the adaptive test exam. Here, each question is based on the student's previous response. So if they answered the last question correctly, their next question will be harder. If they answered it wrong, it will be easier. We use an IRT algorithm here, the same one used by the SAT and GRE. To create a test, let us create a sample test and show you how it works. We will create a forces and motion test here. There are 4 ways to create this test. We can get modules from AI, where the AI will suggest the relevant modules and topics. Or if we have our own content, we can paste it here and build from that. We support images and PDFs. For importing questions, we support image imports, PDF imports, and a manual entry of each question. Let us go with AI modules for now. These are the different modules available. We select the ones we want. If any module is missing, we can add it here. If we want to create the test in a different language, we can do that from here as well. If we have any custom instructions, we can add them here too. Now let us set the difficulty level. We will go with intermediate difficulty and set the number of questions. We are selecting 10 questions with a 20-minute time limit. We support different question types, including MCQs, multiple select, match the pairs, and fill in the blanks. For this demo, we are just selecting MCQ. Now we assign it to our users. We will be assigning this to Ahmed. Now we can set a few more options. We can set a due date for when we want this exam to expire, and a scheduled time. We can schedule this exam for future dates as well. We can also set whether all students get the same question types or different ones. Then we can enable the AI assistant, which will help the student during the exam as they go. If we want to enable cheat detection, we can do that here as well. If we want to save all these settings as a template for future use, that is also possible. Let us assign this exam to the student now. This will assign the test to Ahmed with intermediate difficulty, 10 questions, and a 20-minute time limit. The exam has been created. We can see it listed here. It is assigned to Ahmed. He has not attempted it yet, so it shows as pending. Let us go to Ahmed's view now. This is Ahmed's view. If we refresh his page, we will see the test appear. This is the test assigned to him, and it is pending. He needs to complete it. Let us show how the exam will look to Ahmed. This is how the exam appears to him. There is a passage, and he answers questions based on it. This is where our AI assistant comes into the picture. If he wants help at any point, he can click on it. It will show him the answer along with an explanation. So it says A is the correct answer here. We move to the next question. We are selecting a few answers randomly here just to show you how it works. Then we will submit. Once submitted, you can see the results right away. His score is 2 out of 4. He attempted 4 out of 10 questions. His percentage is 20%. We can see which questions he got right, which he got wrong, and the question types across the different modules we selected. We also track time per question. How long did he take? What is the maximum time per question? Which question type took the most time? We do a very in-depth analysis of all of this. A student can also chat with the AI about their answers. It will give a full analysis. How did you perform? What were your strengths? What were your weaknesses in this exam? The student can also ask follow-up questions within the results page using the AI. They can also see what the correct answer was and why it was correct, with a full explanation. They can also review the wrong answers and understand why they were wrong. Going back to the exam page, we can see this exam has been attempted, and this is how it looks. This is the experience for a student on a standard exam. We can also see multiple other exams assigned to the student that he can still attempt. These are his previously completed exams with full results and everything he can review. If we want to view a result again, we can simply click on it. Now we will show you our language tests. Students can also take psychometric tests within our platform if needed. We are now showing the test from a student's perspective. This is what a student's view looks like. They are enrolled in SAT preparation, IELTS, and a custom course. They can create their own exam practice sessions. There is speaking practice, image practice, and full tests. Let us show how it looks for them. They go in and can practice for IELTS, TOEFL, or whatever is assigned to them. Let us select and try one. We will pick this one and start the test. As you can see, this is a complete standard international test format that students can practice with. There are multiple modes available, including timed mode, untimed mode, and categorized practice. Let us start the test. This is how it looks. There are audio clips included. Students can view their transcripts and other supporting materials. The AI is built in here as well. If a student wants to know the answer to a question, they can just ask the AI and it will tell them. So D is the correct answer for this. D is the correct answer, and the AI explains why. We support multiple answer formats and question types. Since this is just a demo, we are selecting a few answers randomly and then moving to the next section. This is the reading section. There is a highlighter tool available here. Students can also change the text formatting if they want. We are just selecting a few random answers here to show how it works. The platform supports all kinds of international test formats, including true, false, and not given question types. All of these are supported. Then we have the writing section. This is a test environment, so we are just showing how it works. Students type their answers and submit different types of written responses, then submit. And finally, the speaking section. Students can speak directly into the platform. We can just start recording. Hello, we are just testing. The recording works and students can submit it directly. Moving to the next question, students can complete all sections across different parts of the test, grouped together as per IELTS standards. Once all sections are done, the results appear. The score here is low because we only attempted a few questions, so it shows 1 out of 8 correct. We attempted 6 questions total. This is the score broken down in a bar graph for each section. All the details are there. What was right, what was wrong, fluency scores, how well the student spoke, and everything else. The platform also shows what the ideal answer looks like from the perspective of an examiner, a coach, and a fellow student. These are the multiple reference points a student can use. Reading, pronunciation, and all of these areas are covered. Students get a detailed breakdown of each section and how they performed. This is how the results look for a student. Since we did not perform very well here, we go back to the dashboard. We can do the same for SAT as well. If we want to try a SAT test, we can filter for it. Let us try a digital SAT. We will see standard question types here. We can start the test and show how it works. This is how SAT questions look. This is also an adaptive test, so based on the answers given in this section, the next set of questions will adjust accordingly. We are selecting a few answers randomly here. This is how our SAT experience looks, and the same AI assistant is available to help. Moving to the next section. This is the next section. We select our answers and then submit. After submitting, just like in a real SAT exam, there is a 10-minute break. Let us resume the test. Now we have the math section with questions at different difficulty levels. We select a few answers just to complete this section and move on. We go through the next section and finish. Test completed successfully. Now we can see the results. The score here is not very high since we rushed through it. 5 correct out of 9 with 11 attempted. This is the math score breakdown. It is not great, but the platform gives a very detailed analysis of everything, how each question went, why answers were right or wrong, and a full breakdown of performance. Going back to the dashboard, we have now seen how the assigned exam experience looks. This is the student's overall view. Now let us look at Ahmed's dashboard. This is Ahmed's dashboard. It shows recommendations and updates for him. It tells him that his exam is due tomorrow. It shows pending tasks and recommendations. It also shows his recent scores, which are not very good. His SAT score is also below where it should be. His overall exam performance has dropped based on his recent results. The Student Journey section shows active tests, average scores, completion rate, and how many tests he is attempting each day. This is his exam performance overview, including adaptive tests, exam sequences, all results and everything. Trends, patterns, time versus performance, exam pacing, all of it is visible here. We can also see how proficient he is in different modules based on his performance. The modules he recently attempted and did not do well in are highlighted here. Then we have the language test results. This is his latest SAT score, which is not great. His best IELTS score was a 6, but his latest scores have dropped as well. This is what the dashboard shows in full detail. This is his recent journey, what the student has done and what he has not done recently. Study plans and everything are shown here, along with his psychometric results, what the student has completed and what still needs attention. There's also an option to share this report with parents. This generates a public link. We can create this link here. It is valid for 30 days, and when a parent opens it, this is what they see. They can view their child's performance, overall health, last activity, pending tasks, total tests taken, what the student is doing, and what they are not doing. Study trends, tests taken, and latest scores. Everything a parent needs is available in this view. It gives them a complete, holistic picture of what their child is doing on the platform and how they are progressing. This covers the student view. We have a number of other features as well. This is just to give a clear idea of how the student experience works. Now let us come back to the examiner dashboard and examiner tools. An examiner has a lot of powerful tools available too. From the dashboard, there are multiple options to explore. We can check the organization dashboard and see what is happening within the organization and what is not. We can see which students need attention. For example, Yusuf has an average score of 36, which is not very good. He needs to improve. So we know we need to work with him to help him do better. We can see the average score across all tests. The overall performance is at 14% out of 15 total assigned tests completed. We can see how well our students are doing overall, what tests were given, what the results were. If we want to dig into any specific test, we can just click on it and see the full analytics. For example, this is a test we recently created. We can see the score range, time taken, modules covered, and everything related to that test. Then we have adaptive sequences, where we can see how students are performing, what the completion rate is, who is doing well, and who needs help. All of this is very detailed. We can also export all of this data whenever needed. Everything is available in depth right here. If we want to look more closely at individual students, we can do that too. We can see the total number of students, their average scores, and completion rates. Who is doing what, general trends, and per module breakdowns. If we want to compare one student with another, we can do that as well. We can select multiple students, for example, Ahmed and Fatima, and compare them side by side. We can see the full comparison between these two students. And in-depth details on individual students, the whole class, and everything else can all be done here within the platform. We can also view historical trends within any time frame we choose. So that covers how our tests and platform work. We have adaptive sequence tests, adaptive question tests, and custom tests. We can also create study plans, assign them to students, and students can follow them at their own pace. We can upload our own content on top of that, and from there we can onboard students. They get instant tests and everything they need to manage their learning in one place. We also have study plans built in. If we want to create a study plan, we can do that as well. So that is basically our platform. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions. Thank you. Data is only truly useful when it becomes actionable insight. Our platform translates raw scores into comprehensive analytics, including time per question metrics and specific language fluency breakdowns. These reports empower teachers to provide targeted interventions. By sharing these insights with parents, you foster a transparent and supportive learning environment. Empower your school with the digital tools of tomorrow. Secure your partnership today and lead the transformation in educational excellence.